Hello.
Hey,
Hey. How's it going?
good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I
Alright,
guess
you
I
ready
have
to
to
get
mute
this
one. So
started?
then,
Okay, I think
then-
you already sent me the VOD you want to go over.
yes, I did.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I got like super crazy paranoid because I was in the stream where you were chatting. It was you two saying, and I think Faust, and it was a set between Komodo and Bobby Big Balls, and
Uh-huh.
Komodo's the guy who taught me how to play Falco, and like midway through the set, you're like, this guy doesn't even know how to play Buff, and I was like,
No, yeah, he
no.
has no idea. I'm sorry. No, that's really funny. Like looking at your puff teacher and it's like, this isn't even real. You're like, what? I trained with him for 10 years.
Yeah, so I was pretty bummed about that, but what can you do?
Yeah, it happens. I mean, he might. Sometimes people give good advice, but they don't implement it themselves, so you never know.
Word.
All right, so this is Fox Puff or Puff Fox, and do you have any thoughts before we go into it? Like, what have you been feeling lately in the matchup, or just generally, what do you want me to look for? And then, if you don't have anything, I can just go over it and make my own conclusions. But I'm curious what your thoughts are.
No, so I wanted to come to this lesson a bit more prepared and with the game plan more fleshed out. So my game plan versus Fox at low percents and neutral, if I'm not on the platform, is I should be going for Nair grab, which I believe is true.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go for fair and bear grab. Even though they're not true, they work at a decent enough frequency, even though they're not true, to where I keep going for them. Um, then I guess when I'm and that's when I'm not on plat, but I should be on plat most of the times. And my mix-ups there are drop through bear, drop through pound. But if they're coming up and shielding, I adapt to that with normal drop through, and then either grab or anything else really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and both of those are based on where they are relative to me. So like if basically if they get under my plat, I should abandon that and basically just leave the plat and then either try and go for top plat or reset on the side of the stage. Corner pressure is standard puff corner pressure where they're shielding. I'm standing where they can roll, and if they jump, I up air. If they roll, I rest, and I'm trying to either bait out like a back air or a tomahawk grab. Um, Anything else? Okay, so when Fox is because a really common situation is Fox lasers and then gets on the side plat. The two mix-ups that I have right now is Fox jumping on me, I up air, or I wave dash back or under him to get the grab into rest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my whole game plan against Fox right now.
Okay. All right, I'll keep that in mind while we start going over this.
God, I hope I do these things.
I think I might disagree with some of those things too, so we'll see. Okay. Oof. Phantom up there.
Lucky me.
Okay. So, I think it's really easy as a puff player, like when something like this happens, to kind of feel like, well, it must not have been too bad of a stock, you know? But it
Right.
really was. So, we'll go back
Yeah,
over it in a second.
I got dominated and then should have died, but he got a phantom.
Oh, actually, I didn't realize I didn't put it up on the stream. Nobody mentioned it. There it is. That was wow. Okay. So let me just rewind so it's on the VOD. Actually, I mean, I guess I don't need to because I'll be going over it again in a second. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like doesn't make sense the way you're playing. But we'll go over it and we'll figure out exactly what you can change. So the most important thing in this matchup is the mitigation of risk. And I think that's not necessarily the case in all of Puff's matchups because most characters can't actually do too much to her. But in this matchup, it's basically like anytime you can avoid taking damage, for the most part, you should avoid it. And there's a lot of situations where you're sort of trying to force the neutral to resolve when it doesn't really have a reason to. Like, in a case like the thing is I'm not telling you to never be aggressive, but you need to be aggressive as a specific poke out of an already safe game plan. So there's situations where, like, you're going for these nairs or whatever. I think you go for... Okay, that wasn't that bad. But, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I think there's a lot of things. I think there's a lot of small things. So that's not going to work past super low percent usually, because it Sakurai angles at super low percent. Do you know about Sakurai angle?
So my understanding is that basically the other characters at such low percent and you have such a weak hit, they DI directly down.
Okay, it's a little bit... Okay, so it's basically that hitboxes that hit at the 44-degree angle, which most moves in the game do, including Puff's Nair, is that if those hit people with little enough knockback, they get sent straight horizontal, like a shine. So it's as if it's if you're doing like a tiny grounded fox shine to them.
Ah.
But if their knockback goes up a little bit more, then your move will actually hit them up, and then they'll ASDI down, and then they just punish you.
Okay.
And I don't know the exact percent for Puff Nair, but you gotta watch out for that as their percent goes up a little bit. Okay, let me think of like how to approach this. So, okay, I think what might be useful is looking at it from the Fox's perspective, because I think you're not making it difficult enough for the Fox. Because what the Fox is going to be doing is the Fox is going to be dash dancing to try to avoid your moves. And then the Fox is going to be basically... Like, okay, so like the most basic passive style of Fox is basically they dash dance, and if you give them way too much space, they laser, and then they're looking for the ability for... Or not the ability, they're looking for you to do something kind of dumb spacing-wise so that they can just instant punish it. And so, if you, like, you basically were here, and then you're kind of in a safe spot, and then you just sort of land into shield. And it's like, there's not really a reason to do this. It's like, maybe you feel like at low percent, he has a chance to, like, mess up his shield pressure or something. Or you jump squat and hold down and he kind of nairs into it and gets a grab. But, like, at this distance, it's kind of like you're basically just asking to get punished. So, I'm trying to think of, like a better way to, like, describe exactly the mentality that you want to have. Because...
I maybe if you had, like, examples of things, like, I should be doing.
Yeah, okay, so, like, let's just watch through this whole... Let's watch through this whole game. And then I'll compare it to, like, a Hungrybox game. Where Hungrybox pre-COVID.
Right.
Yeah, like it's hard to point out a lot of specific situations because so it's like if you're right here and you're in okay. So you're here. Okay, and Fox is right here. So what what are you thinking right here?
So, I guess for me it depends on if I think the fox is going to approach with a nair, or like if I think the fox is going to go up to the top plat, or but if I'm just going for a straight up hit at that distance, I'd probably either go for a pound. Um, but I don't think I did. I think I tried to bait him over back. I think I tried to go down and then bait him kind of closer to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like you wave dash back here. But so the from the fox's perspective, basically, he's afraid that like if he gets hit by you once and gets knocked down, or you happen to get an up air or a grab, he's just dead. A lot of times, even like a pound will kill him. So from the fox's perspective, he's trying really hard to basically just not get hit by anything you do, and so you need to take advantage of that by like if you wave dash off this inner edge of the platform here and you drift to like right here, Fox doesn't really have a lot of options that will successfully deal with what you're doing without him making like let's say he goes like you wave dash off and then he goes for a grab or an up smash, but you know wave dash off and then you drift this way, or you wave dash off and you double jump. He doesn't really have a lot of options that'll cover. He doesn't really have anything that'll cover all of your options. So it's sort of like if you wave dash off here, he's worried about your back air, he's worried about your up air, and then so that usually forces him backwards, and then you get this mix up with wave dash off here and then pound right here. And but if you're not going to do any of that, then you kind of want to stay over here because like coming down to the ground in this situation like basically mitigates any of your I don't know if did you watch my Hungrybox versus IBW analysis?
No.
Okay, that might be useful for you, but you can go over that later. But basically, like, Puff has a cone of danger underneath her whenever she's falling, based on how far she can drift, and then so like here it's like this or something. It's basically how far she can back air, and Fox's goal is he basically wants to remain outside that cone at all times because so like if you drop from right here, your back air can maybe reach like right here. So that's why Fox feels kind of safe right here. But then if you wave dash off this platform, your cone extends to like here. So Fox either has to take a risk or he has to move back even further, in which case you can either get center stage, because in this matchup, center stage is really, really important for both characters. Like, if Fox is in the corner and you're Puff, you have a really, really good advantage, and if Puff is in the corner, like, especially on, like, FD or something like that, and Fox is in center, it's really rough for Puff to actually work her way back to center. So, in a situation like this, if you can wave dash off this platform backwards, it puts Fox in a situation where if he wants to continue mitigating his own risk to your moves, he has to move back, and that opens up either taking center or heavy committing with a pound into the corner. And so, and if you're kind of over here and you don't want to commit, it's like, then it's okay to like back air over here and then sort of like come back to the platform or something. But like coming down like this is like, your actual cone of threat is only like right here, and so he gets a chance to move close to you because he like even if you had back aired right here, he'd still be safe. So he gets a chance to move close to you, and this is a situation where it's not fantastic for you because Fox has tons of little mix-ups he can do right here. He can do a quick dash dance, grab you, then up their up air, and you're dead here. I mean, if you don't have perfect mashing skills, and then or he can drill grab you, or he can short hop up air, there's so many things that he could do here but I mean, so he goes for this little dash dance and he hopes you'll stay put. So you retreat and that works out. But so you gotta watch out for this double jump here too. It's like basically like if you're going to make a decision like this, like where you double jump back here, you want to waveland off again because you want to be actionable. You don't want to be stuck here on the platform for him to be able to back air you.
Okay.
So, okay, actually, I'm just going to go to a Hungry Box set really quick. Let me find a good one. Hungry Box versus Mango, maybe? Okay, let's hope Hungry Box does what I'm telling you he'll do. But he usually does. Okay, so this is Hungry Box versus Mango. So one thing that Hungry Box likes to do is he likes to start out the matches super patient, where he either does like that crouch power shield thing, or he'll do something weird like this. But this didn't really work out very well because Mango was not going to shoot 10 lasers in a row against him and just came in. So this is kind of similar to that situation, even though I'm sure he has some sort of mind game in mind here. Like, remember when you dropped and you shielded down here?
Right.
This is like kind of what can happen to you, where you jump out a shield and then Fox just hits you, and then he's already behind a bunch of percent. So, see how he does like the waveland off a platform here? And then this allows him to stay actionable. So basically, a lot of this matchup, I'd say the biggest part of this matchup and why Puff struggles so much against Fox on FD is specifically like platform tricks and moving around the platform. And so he likes this shield a lot here. This is basically he's setting up for something I call the Hungry Box grab, where if you full hop back air into him right here, he can grab you, and even if you dash dance and then do like a rising bear, like retreating, Puff can actually still grab you out of it. So he's basically doing this to say like, hey, look, if you try to jump up and actually back air me, then you're going to there's a possibility you get grabbed. And then he's also setting up for the ability to be able to shield drop into up air. So I think he might have gone for the grab a little early. He like goes for the grab read, and then I think Mango... No, he tries to jump out of it, and Mango gets the timing read on him and back airs him. And then he's back on the platform with the shield. Alright, look at this. So he's right here, and he's like, the only way Fox can deal with Puff here is to full hop. And so what he does is Mango does the cross up bear to avoid the Hungry Box grab. The H-box grab, and then so he wave dashes off, and then he drift back up airs, because if Mango tries to chase him here, or Mango tries to shield drop here, both of these get hit by the up air. So Mango tries to drop, and it basically covers this whole range with up air. So a lot of the matchup is vertical spacing with Fox's full hop and the side platform. And the way you're playing with the side platform is sort of like, it doesn't create the pressure that you need in order to deal with Fox. And it also doesn't sort of respect Fox, where Fox is limited. So yeah, look, he's right back up on the platform. He wavelands off here. And the waveland off, I really like the waveland off the back part of the platform, because Puff can just double jump away back air here, like double jump this way and back air, and she's basically completely safe if, say, she comes up here and she does her waveland and Fox is somehow already on the platform. She doesn't have to go into this spot where she could get grab up throw up aired. She can just sort of retreat out of it. So working off of this edge of the platform, basically when Fox is under the platform, you usually want to work off this end because you have the ability to go off stage. And then when Fox is more in center or over here, you want to work off this end because you can pressure him to move off of center. So yeah, here's this again. This is something we just saw Solo Battle do in the Summit thing, if you were watching that. But he does this a lot with the edge cancel drill, because if Fox jumps into the drill, he gets hit by it, and then you get an edge cancel up air. So yeah, so Mango right here was trying to punish Hungry Box doing this drill. I think it's weird. He goes for lasers, so maybe he didn't react correctly. And Hungry Box goes for the up air, but he does it a little bit too late, or he would have actually gotten Mango there. So it's like, This and then okay, so look, he's back in the same spot, and then he drops, and basically this is another situation where it's like if Mango goes into corner here, then after this pound, Mango now has to work his way out of the corner. Whereas if this so it's like the cone thing, right? So he was right here, and then he drops to kind of here, so the cone is like this. So either Mango has to go deep into the corner, or Mango has to full hop, which Hungrybox reads the full hop a lot with these like slide off up airs and stuff like that. So he has to watch out for that, or even shield drop double jump up air. And so this side B is because it's like, well, if Mango doesn't want to sit in place, and he also doesn't want to go into the corner, and he also doesn't want to full hop, so he'll probably want to go here, and then he can get the pound into an easy kill. So it doesn't work, but he's still safe from the up smash. So Mango comes in and tries to punish it, but look, he can just jump out of the way. He could have gotten hit, but the window is really, really tiny. And then, so look, here we go again with the Waveland off platform. So he goes this, and then he wavelands off, because this gets him this huge threat range. Anywhere in here. So Mango recognizes that because he's in the center of the threat range, he can't get out, and so he's shielding to prevent Hungrybox from dropping up airing him. So Hungrybox uses that to his advantage. Mango thinks the up air is going to come, and Hungrybox fast falls into a grab. And so, I'm not sure if you know about this mix-up, but Puff can do a true mix-up on fast fall tomahawk and no fast fall up air. You still with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a situation where... So if I'm Puff, and then we got Fox... Yeah, so there's a situation where this works on the platforms or without it. So basically, if you do this, and you do no fast fall into a late up air, this is exactly the same frame as this. So if I do this versus that, it hits on base. I think it might be one frame apart. But basically, there's absolutely no way for people to react between that and... Oops, sorry. So this and that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically like the same thing in terms of frames. So it's like I could go into 20xx, but just believe me that it's roughly like that, and it's unreactable. So that is probably her main mix-up on Fox, and that's what Hungrybox is abusing right here.
Oh, okay. I don't even use that. Okay, yeah.
So Hungrybox, he basically goes off, and Mango thinks that he's going to... Well, here he has an additional mix-up because he could fast fall up air, he can slow fall up air, or he can fast fall into the grab. So Mango shields to avoid one of those two up airs, and then Hungrybox gets this grab because it's an unreactable mix-up. And then he gets this, he misses his tech chase, but... So look, here it is again, where he's up here. He's kind of in this range where if Fox wants to hit him up here, he has to do these big double jump commitments, which feel really bad. And so then he goes right from this position where Fox can't really commit into an edge cancel here. And then he slightly misses the edge cancel, but Mango was expecting the edge cancel. So he ends up safe, and then he's right here. Here he goes sliding off this edge of the platform again. He drifts back, and now he's in this situation, which every Puff loves, because you can do up air pressure. Mango assumes that Hungrybox will wait for him a little bit, so he just instant back airs. And let me know if this is too much and you want to go back to your game, but I feel like it's very useful to like go over like what you should be doing, because if I'm watching your game, it's mostly just things you shouldn't be doing, and I feel like it's hard to explain what you should be doing.
No, I agree with what is happening right now.
So look, here's the situation again. He does the back. Notice that there hasn't been a single time where Hungrybox sees Fox in the center and like drops to the corner here, like at all. Like he will not do that. So yeah, he comes up like this, does that. Okay. Gets caught out of position.
So I need to reevaluate my cone of pressure and basically come off the correct side of platform for which side he's on. Right?
Yeah,
Or,
so it's not necessary that you have to come off of the side of the platform that he's on, but coming off the platform, especially wave dashing off or edge canceling off the platform, is like a really major set of mix-ups, as well as shield dropping off the platform. But like
right.
the wave dashing off the platforms and wave landing off the platforms, that is like the biggest thing because it gives you so much range to be able to cover. Like if she wave dashes off this way, she can still go like this. Like she can go like that. And if you go off this way, you can still go like that. But if this way, you can go out here and he can't touch you, and this way you can cover this too. So look, here's the situation where it's very uncomfortable if Puff ends up here. This is exactly the situation that you ended up in before, and he can just die out of it, because Fox has a ton of mix-ups there. Okay, so he ends up in the corner, and you can already tell this is like, it feels bad for him, which is why he's using this to... So he does this a lot, and this is basically a mix-up between raw grab, like a wait raw grab, and then like an approach here. But that one's sort of minor. It doesn't really play into like the exact game plan. So look, so he's back in this situation. This is like the type of situation where he's really looking for, but Mango catches him out of it. So then he's back here. Then he decides to come off this side of the platform, and then Mango full hops up, so he gets the whiff punish. And notice that he decided to exit his strategy and come out to center, and he just got bodied. That's kind of the matchup. There's the edge cancel again, and to the fair. At this percent, the up air is not as good as the fair or the back air, because obviously, like, Fox.
I guess I'm not.
Nothing's gonna happen there.
I'm not understanding. Can you replay the edge cancel and why it worked? Like the one that I guess I'm just like not really.
Which one?
Just like the most recent one, or any of them. I guess I'm just like.
So the reason why the edge cancel works is because you're basically just wave landing off the platform, but without having to actually wave land. Like it's basically wave landing off the platform, but with a hitbox.
So I'm just actionable sooner.
It's not necessarily actionable sooner. It's almost equivalent to wave landing off here, but the advantage is that it lets you throw out a hitbox early. Like Hungrybox can sit up here and throw out a fair, and then basically be able to edge cancel like out of the fair as if he's wave dashing off. So he gets the same situation as if he's wave dashing off the edge, but with a hitbox that he can throw out early.
Okay.
So it's like, in this situation, like right here, this is basically the equivalent of him going here and then wave landing off, except if he does here and wave lands off, he has all this time where he's not doing anything, wave land off. So he's thinking that if he has this fair out, that there's like always a possibility that Mango could, actually I don't even know if it comes out, but normally it does. And he's thinking that Mango can will try to full hop into it or something and maybe trade with it. And that's a lot safer than him wave landing and then during the wave land frames getting back aired out of it.
Right.
But this is essentially the same as if he just wave landed off the platform and he goes for a read on Mango jumping out of shield and catches him. I know it's a little bit tricky to understand. I'm sort of trying to just find as many variations of that situation as possible so that we can sort of close up that. So watch, I guarantee you in this situation, Mango is reading it here, that Hungrybox is going to come down here and then wave land off this edge of the platform to reset his jumps. And so Hungrybox sees that Mango comes up here, and so he's not going to go for this anymore because he knows that when he comes down with a cone like this, Mango will retreat. And so that's why, he goes for this edge cancel dare. And then he has what would be a mix-up here, but Mango looks like he calls out the edge cancel. But despite calling it out, Hungrybox still has enough drift that he can move out of the way. Well, actually, no, I guess not. Mango just called that out perfectly. So, I was wrong about that. So, look, he's back up to the platform. Okay, he messed up there. Mango's insane, yeah. Look, there's that edge cancel again. This is very, I don't think this is very good. I think Hungrybox is doing very, Mango-specific reads there, and Mango's just bodying him for it. There we go. He's back up to the platform.
So I should just be going to the side plat the whole time.
Yes. Okay, so here's the thing, is that it's not that you need to be on the side plat the whole match, but side plat allows you to either, if Fox reaches for you, it gives you a lot of time to get good, not good time, it gives you a lot of situations where you have good counterplay to, because it's like, if you're on the ground, Fox can short hop, he can dash dance, he can full hop, he can do ground attacks. Okay, those are basically all of his moves. Or he can running shine. Like, he has a lot of moves on the ground. If you're on the platform, Fox only has full hop moves. None of his other moves work. And so that reduces Fox's options a lot for you as the Puff. And you have a lot of different counterplay to his full hop options. And the other thing is full hop up air onto the platform isn't usually very good, because not only can you DI it out and then he just can't punish it at all or like do any sort of combo, but it comes out pretty late and it only comes out like directly in one line. So if Puff wave dashes to a different spot or drops through or anything, the up air is kind of useless. So it almost puts Fox in a spot where the only moves he has are like laser and full hop back air. And so that is why the platform is so good. But it's not that you have to camp on the platform all game. The idea is that camping on the platform gives you control of like, if he is right here and he can wave dash off this platform, like ignore Mango for a second. If Hungrybox is right here and he can wave dash off this platform or drop through this platform, he has control of this much space. He has control of this, and he has control of this, including a pound possibility right here. So if Mango doesn't want to get hit by any of the mix-ups, he has to be over here, which gives Puff center. So the platform is basically a low-risk zone where you have a lot of possibility of hitting Fox with a really good opening, and it gives you a good position to try to pressure him into the corner. And once he's in the corner, you don't need to be on the platform. Once he's in the corner, you want to be on the ground. Because if he's in the ground and you're in the corner, then like you said, like if he full hops, you can full hop up air. And if he runs in, you can grab him. And if he stands there, you can back air him. And you can also do the same thing that I was saying before, where you come in with the back air, but you do the fast, instead of doing the late back air, you do fast fall turnaround grab, and then he's getting forward thrown in the corner, which is usually a death for him.
Okay.
So it's like, let me just bring up the game so I can show you really quick.
When I'm approaching Fox, I should be like, when I'm approaching Fox, I should be approaching him threatening my cone of terror.
Yeah, you're threatening the fact that you could like randomly, okay, so if I'm right here and I wave dash off this platform, this is where I land.
Right.
So like if I back air from this platform, it hits right here. So that means if Fox sees me wave dash, if Fox is like right here and he sees me wave dash off this platform, and he basically has to be doing a mix up or go to right here. Like, otherwise, he doesn't actually... Or he can go to the side plat, but you can do that. So it's like, he doesn't have... And most characters don't really have a way to deal with this without just coming to the corner or trying to sort of pressure you into, you know, maybe drifting back. So... And if you're right here, you can just... If I'm right here, I can just drop through back air here. Or drop through up air. Or wave dash off up air here. Or this is the other critical one, is I can do this and then oops, I messed that up. I can do this and then it's slightly too late. What is wrong with me? That one. Right. Because he thinks, okay, you're gonna come off, you're gonna land right here, but instead at the last second you do this. And then you can also mix it up by doing, so it's like the thing is like when Puff does this and then when she double jumps, she loses a lot of her options, because it's like, if let's say Fox is just standing here, like he's doing nothing and he's just standing right here, then when I do this, I can hit him. But if I commit to another jump, I don't have anything that can hit him for like a while.
Okay, that's a good point.
Like I'm falling here, but so it's like there's a thing where if Fox is like standing like right here and you try to do this drift back air, and then he's just slightly out of your range, the only option you have is this pound. Oops, like that. Because it's the same mix-up as this. Because I haven't played Puff in a while. It's like this because it's the same as that. Because Fox needs to get out of your range of your cone, and then the side B reaches slightly further than the range of that cone to like read him moving away. But if he let's say you're not gonna side B and you try to do this back air and he's like right here and he's slightly outside of the range of the back air, you don't have any options at all except for drift back or double jump. And if you double jump, like I said, like it's like, look at all this threat here, but if I do this, there's no threat until right there. So like when Puff commits to the aerial double jump, there's very few threats. And so, but here's the thing, if Peach, or I don't know why my brain is tripping out. If Puff goes like this, she can actually use the platform here to waveland off again, which resets the situation.
Okay.
So I can be like here, and then Fox thinks, okay, I'm going into the corner so that when she back airs, I miss, and then you can be like, huh, just kidding, and then you're in that same situation again.
Okay. That's so sick.
What'd you say?
Can we go? I said that's pretty sick. Can we go back to my VOD and maybe like point? Does it make sense for you to point out what I should have done in this situation? Does that like?
Yeah, so I can, but the problem is that we can come back to the game in a second. But the problem is that there aren't like basically if you're not moving yourself into the right positions and you're not going for these cone-based mix-ups, then there's not a lot that like. So in this situation right here, actually, Hungrybox would have definitely shield drop up aired or wave dash up here and then drift back up air. But what I was saying is like if you're not playing, like if you're not moving into the, especially with Puff. Puff is like a pretty simple character. She's mostly based on movement and positioning. And if you aren't positioning yourself correctly, it's like it's hard to even comment on the move choice because
okay, well then
okay, so actually this was pretty good, but
will you tell me where I should have been?
Yeah.
Then, there we go. There we go.
Okay, so let's do this at like half speed. Okay, so in this case, obviously, it's almost always better to hard commit to cover Fox's up B. So like if you're here and then Fox goes like this and he up B's, you can just double jump again and back air him here. If you go back to ledge, you're giving him way too many mix-ups and he gets away with that. This is something I've been on to Saint on like all the time. Like just go out there and hit him like in the edge guard against Fox. So yeah, so in this situation you end up on the ground, which you don't really want to end up in here. So this is scary for you. But going for this the short hop back air when he's at this range doesn't really make any sense.
Should I have gone for the side of plat and tried to waveland off instead?
Well, probably you could have gotten to the plat here in this situation from here. But like let's say you're already in this situation and it's too late here. This is a situation where you can short hop this way and then do a retreating back air. But you actually do like an approaching back air and then he just jabs you out of it.
All right. Okay. So if I hadn't misinput the dash attack, I should have just gone to the side platform.
Pretty much always go to the side platform.
Okay.
Like go to the side platform until Fox is in the corner. Once Fox is in the corner, you can just stand on the ground and you're good.
Okay. Where should I land? Like, okay, so like where should I land when I'm retreating to the side platform? Basically at that place where I can wave dash off?
Yeah, you want to either have... Well, okay, so the thing Hungrybox was doing, and the thing is that, like, you do want to eventually wave dash off, but it's not that, like, this is, like, a reactive position 100% of the time. Hungrybox got himself into this position a lot of the times too, where like he would kind of wave land onto the platform, but he's not really in a spot where he gets like these big threats here. And this is where he was going for the full hop, because then in order to hit you, Fox has to commit to a double jump aerial, and if he guesses wrong on your drift, then he's in a really bad spot. So if you full hop here, Fox doesn't really have anything to deal with you, with the exception of like a hard read up air. And then that's when he was doing the falling edge cancels.
That's so smart. That's so smart.
So that completely mitigates his risk, and it allows him to set up on the platforms for the mix-up that he actually wants. But instead, you drop through into Fox's perfect threat range. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said this is coming together now.
Okay, yeah. Good. Yeah, because now you're like, all the memories of seeing Hungrybox land on plat and then full hop makes sense now, because you're like, that's the situation that he's dealing with. So you basically never want to do this, because, especially at this percent, like, there's no reason for Fox to ever be underneath you here. Like, he knows you're going to drop into an aerial here. So, like, this is the situation when you see Fox holding center here. This is when you want to either shield drop from right here, like right here shield drop, or usually, in my opinion, usually wave dash off here. Because if Fox, so Fox takes center right here. Let's say you wave dash off right here out of this double jump. If you wave land off right here, the Fox basically has to super worry about, because like, if he stays on the ground here, he has to watch out for a Tomahawk or something like that. I mean, he's at 80. It's a little ambiguous, but Tomahawk is still good at 80 because you can still combo out of it. But the thing is you can basically create the threat for him by wave dashing off here. And a lot of times you'll be able to force him into, like, basically you're forcing him out of center. Like, that's the whole thing. This is Fox's strong zone. Right here. He really wants to be right here, but if you wave land off, he can't be right here. He has to like go off to the side, and that puts you in an advantage.
Okay.
Because see, look, this is what his goal was, is that as soon as he sees you act, as soon as he sees anything, he just moves away. Like, he just moves away because he's like, I'm going to get out of the range of whatever he does. And then because you've put yourself on the ground, now he has this mix-up where you're like, oh no! What do I do? And he's dumb here, but so you get away with your double roll, but you would have just rolled right into Mango's charged up smash, and the crowd would have gone wild here. So
yeah, right. I see.
So that's why you don't want to be in that situation. But you get lucky here, and you end up with him cornered. Think about this from the Fox perspective here. Fox is terrified in this position. This is awful. The only time a Fox is not scared in this position is if they're hacks and they just go to ledge and ledge dash off. But most Foxes won't do that here. And even if they do the ledge dash here, usually you can just stand right here, and then the ledge dash doesn't super get them out of the corner. But anyway, so he's right here. The thing you want to do here is crouch, and you can usually, I would say you want to crouch facing your opponent, because that gives you the quicker Tomahawk mix-up. And if he dashes, because a lot of times Foxes will try to just run out of the corner here, and you can just grab them here. Hungrybox does this all the time. If Fox tries to run, he just grabs him. And then if Fox full hops right here, he has to worry about you either catching him out of the air with like a fair or a back air. And if he short hops, obviously that's not going to really do anything here. And if he just stays here, you're going to either dash attack him, you're going to Tomahawk grab him, or you're going to aerial him. And normally what happens here is Puff will kind of jump in like, here I come, and then Fox has to do something. And this is where you get those situations where Puff kind of jumps or wave lands in place, and then Fox rolls and he gets a rest. Hungrybox gets arrested.
So you think facing forward towards Fox is better?
I think it's probably a little better, and most of the times I see Hungrybox face forward here. But I wouldn't say that facing backwards to him is bad, because you still have roughly the same mix-up with back air or grab here.
Okay.
But I think they both work. Also, in this situation, you can also even drill. Like drill grab. So yeah, you read that. It looks like you read that he's gonna short hop out of the corner, like running jump nair or something. And so this is okay. Like this wave dash is fine. So he does this short hop here, but so this is important here is when you jump like this. So basically, if Puff does as the fox, you're watching really carefully. And remember this thing I said where when Puff double jumps, it removes all of her threats temporarily because her threats only happen when she's falling.
Right.
So, as a fox, the thing I'm hoping for whenever I'm cornered is that Puff either double jumps or full hops. Because as soon as she does that, her threats completely disappear for like a full second, and I can get out of the corner for free. So you double jump here, and this reads his full hop here, but it lets him get out of the corner for free. So it's like right here in this spot. So he's right here. He's like, oh no, like this feels so bad for him. And even this, he whiffs this. He's like, oh no, here comes Puff with the back air to whiff punish me right here. So that's why he dashes back, because he thinks you're going to come in with a short hop back air right here. And he's like, oh no. So he's down to stay in the corner. He's scared right here. This is such a bad spot as Fox. So he's here. He's scared of your short hop back air. And you jump. And as soon as you double jump, he's like, oh, sick. And he just comes right back into the center here. And so it's like that, by double jumping here, you're giving up the advantage you had. And so it's like, now you're in this situation where Fox has center, and it's like, all right, back to the platform, and shield on the platform, and then wave dash off and try to get Fox back in the corner. And that's kind of the matchup.
It's funny how like now I can see what's super wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I understand the problem you were having prior.
Yeah. It's I get it. We're like, once it's explained and then you look and you're like, wow, Fox really did just dash in as soon as I double jumped. Like that really does just happen every time.
Oh gosh, yeah. So if we want to get back to the H box match, then that's fine. I don't know what you want to do. I'm not trying to like, I don't know. Whatever you think is best. I'm not trying to.
Okay, I mean, I think I'm down to go over this a little bit longer and then switch back to the H box match just to finish it up.
Okay.
So here's the situation. Look, notice how you're grounded and he's in the corner, and this is really bad for him. Because you get this, and then haha, and then finally, and then you kill him. Or you should kill him. If you're not too saint. Oh, you're too saint.
I'm terrible.
I make fun of. The thing is, it's like your character has nothing but edge guards, so you really and grab kills. So it's like in this situation, right here, you really, really, really need to up throw here because you still get like a back air out of it. Whereas you're literally completely in center here. This, if you were under the platform, this would have been fine, but you're completely in center. So if he just teched in place, he could have just slid off to edge here. And that's one thing to watch out for. But basically, you get him in corner because he does this bad tech, and you're like, haha, and you just beat him up, and then you should get this edge guard.
Here?
Where?
So he's gonna Firefox low. Yeah, what should I have done to connect it?
Drill the edge. You can just drill right here, and then it'll catch this pretty much every time because it hits below the edge, and then so. You could have drilled here. Actually, he's at kind of a weird angle. I think fair is fine here. You just slightly missed the fair. I think this was totally fine. It was just spacing was slightly off, which happens a lot as Puff. So, aha, look at that. You did this really good pressure setup here. This is really, really good. Because you're basically saying, okay, here I come, and I think this can kind of read double jump from edge or something. Like if he's here and he double jumps from edge, this is good against it. So this is good because you set up this, and then you come in, and he's like, oh no, here comes the back air, and you do the fast fall, turn around, grab, and this is basically unreactable for him if he's going to try to shield the back air. So you get that. This is a situation. This is a thing I keep yelling at 2Saint for. Right here, when you come out right here, and you see the up B, just go for it. Okay. The only thing that can possibly go wrong here is you trade with his up B and you just float back to stage with 15% more or whatever it is, and he's dead.
Okay, so
So it's
just
like if you
like homing this
just
into
literally drop and either fair or back here, right here, and he's dead. Even if he trades with you, he's just dead. And you don't have to worry about it. But by going back here, you give him this. So yeah, so you get this again, and then you need to be already like right here.
Okay.
Because remember, Puff's threats are usually when she's coming down. So it's like, yeah, so this is kind of a situation where he's so far off stage that you can just kind of get him however. But if you're right here and then Fox side Bs to stage, you can just drift down and get him. But if you're here and he up Bs out here, you don't have enough time to go get him. So you do this, and because you're not out here, he gets to do this free up B, and because you were on ledge, you can't reach him anyway, and so he just gets this free mix up here of like high or low. And you miss the back air. Yep, and he gets that read. That'll happen. That's like not if you end up in a situation like that, that'll happen. So okay, you get the back air. End up on the platform. This is totally good. That was totally good to do that. Okay, good. You're back on the platform. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to wave dash back to the middle here. You know, like you're already on the edge. If you're gonna go to the middle here, you usually want a full hop edge cancel. Okay, that's good. You're using the edge of the platform. Okay, now you're back on the platform. He goes for this commitment. That's a grab, but it looks like you fell off here, so that's fine. Okay, good. You got the up air. You usually want to try to get like one back air or two back airs before you start up airing, just because up air at 0 doesn't really do a lot, and it's like such a good opening that you really don't want to like waste it on the fact that he's at too low of a percent.
Right.
Okay, so that was good. See how you were on the platform? His only option is full hop aerial, and actually you could have just ASDI'd down this after your wave dash and grabbed him, but I'm not telling you need to be able to react to that. It's just something that'll happen sometimes. But you get this wave dash off. This is like an easy up air, like wave dash off, drift back in up air. But you did a little late. That's fine. Yeah, you go for that on his drop. That's also fine. When Fox is above you, it's totally fine to just go for up air trades most of the time. You go for this drill, but this drill doesn't really have any purpose. Like, either your drill should be high enough up that you edge cancel it, or it should be low enough that you actually hit Fox. I don't think that was very useful. Okay, wait, how do you get hit out of this? So you go for this nair, and that nair's okay, but as you saw, like it doesn't really mitigate your risk very well. Yeah. That pound doesn't really make any sense. Yeah. So look, so now he's in the corner, and it's really good that you got him in the corner, but you have no reason to shield here. This is your pressure. So you get him right here. If you had just literally done another back, or like what I would have probably suggested here, honestly, is to dash attack after that back air. Because you're like, if you confirm right here that he's in the corner, you go for this back air, and he hasn't already run to center, it's like, you got to do something here. Either fair, run up grab, or dash attack. Like, you have to do something, because you have the pressure. And you just shield, like, oh no. And it's like, you won. Like, you already won. Like, you had him on the back foot, he was on the ground, he's bleeding out, and you're like, don't hurt me. You know,
yeah,
it's like...
I have this really bad habit I've been noticing recently of just wasting a bunch of frames because I shield way too often.
That makes sense. Okay, so... yeah, so let's go over one more stock of this. And I would go over the other cans, we just don't have enough time, because there's so much to cover in, like, just a few interactions. Because a lot of it is, like, Puff is pretty simple, like I always say that, because she has a lot of, like, semi-repetitive things. Like, when we went over the Sheik. She's right there! Right there! Just keep back airing him!
Just continue.
Like, right here, bam, bam, one more double jump back air, or two, and he's guaranteed dead. But instead, you give him a chance to recover, and he doesn't do it very well. But, like, even then, like, he's still alive. He could have just been dead. Now he's off stage again. I guess this is a little ambiguous because you don't really have a ton of time. I personally think you might have had enough time to wave dash off here. Like, wave dash off and then just drift back here. But, so basically, be really, really aggressive edge guarding Fox. Like, basically, there's a couple situations where being aggressive edge guarding Fox won't work out. But like if you are being aggressive on every single edge guard and just going out there, like pretend you're Captain Falcon and you had a couple beers, okay? Like like when he goes off stage, you just like, I am going to murder this guy as fast as I possibly can. And so basically, once you're already doing that in every single situation, there will be a couple very clear situations. Say, you're on FD and he drops way below the ledge and he's going to go for a wall ride. That's when you drill the edge or whatever. But
Okay.
those are very like specific situations, and like especially when you hit him off sideways after a back air, there's like 4 situations out of like 1,000 where like you actually want to wait on stage, and 99% of the time, pretend it's like a combo. Like if you hit him with the back air, don't wait for him. Just jump off and just go out and kill him, because he should have been
Okay.
dead here multiple times. So now it's
That's a
like,
good
oh,
way to
the
put
up
that,
B
for
trade,
combo.
and now he gets this again, and what'd you say?
I said that's a good way to put it, like mentally. It's a good mental picture. Pretend it's a
Yeah.
combo.
Because it's like when you hit the first hit of a combo, you want to move out of your combo hit like immediately.
Right.
So in this situation, when Fox is invincible, don't do this, because he could have just literally dash dance grabbed you and you would have died.
So just go
This-
off and bear for a while.
Yeah, just go off and bear for a while. Just chill out right here in this range. You don't want to do it in the range where he can full hop up air read you. Sometimes Puff will
Okay.
do this back air right here, and then the Fox just waits and they go, "Puh, puh, puh, puh," and then they go, "Brah," and then Fox just goes, "Heh," and then you're dead right here. So it's like you want to be in
I'm
this
guilty of
range
that too.
where, yeah, no, pretty much all the Puffs have done it at some point, but you want to be in a spot. These sounds, yeah. But you want to be in a spot where, like, right here, where, like, if Fox wants to come get you, he has to really come get you. And, like, let's say you do back air, Fox comes back invincible. Fox comes back invincible, he drops to the ground, you're right here on the platform, you full hop out here, and do back air, and then Fox jumps up and tries to go for a double jump into the up air, and you just drift around it. Now his invincibility just ran out, and you're below him. And usually
Right.
that'll give you a free back air or a free fair or something. You'd usually want a little bit of percent, because the up throw rest doesn't kill at 0 either. Like the up throw rest doesn't kill until like 12 or something. So you need 1 or 2 aerials at low percent before you start going for the up airs. And so like, or the grabs. So in this situation, just definitely be right here. He doesn't really have anything that can really do anything, and if he hard commits, you just go under him and you're in a great position. Okay. So yeah, like what can you possibly get out of this? So you're here, and you're in this situation, and look at him. He's like, "What do I do if I full hop up? I might die." And then you're like, "You know what? What if I was just shielding in the corner for you?" And it's like he doesn't take it, but you're at death percent. He can just grab you, and you're dead. And then you go for this, and it's like, if he just dodges this, like, you're dead. Like, oh, you almost died. Like, you almost died for that. This is, especially last stock in this situation, this is where you really want to, like, be like, come on, look, I'm up here. Come on, man, come on up. Because if he takes it, you get this. And then if he doesn't take it, you kind of ice him out a little bit. Like, the Fox in this situation is like, don't get clutched on, don't get clutched on. Like, he's really worried about you doing grab or up throw. Or, like basically, any Fox who is decent at the game has lost, like, 100 games to Puff going up here and doing this, and then them just desperately going for a kill and dying. So, like, they are not going to want to commit. And so you can kind of stress them out over the fact that, like, you're going to be up here, and then you can just go for an edge cancel, and then, you know, they've spent 20 seconds dash dancing, and then it kind of, like, they might think that, oh, he was camping so hard, and then you come in for this edge cancel, and they might get scared and then go away, and that's why Hungrybox last stock gets so many. He'll camp, campity, and then the Fox, and then he finally drifts back, and the Fox goes, here he comes, he's finally making his move, and he wave lands off, and then side Bs into the corner, and then jab reset rests. That's happened like 5 zillion times in Melee history, and it's because like Puff has the ability to drag out this interaction, and especially last stock, this is really scary for Fox. So as Puff in this situation, don't see yourself as the prey. You've already pretty much lost the game here because you can just die to an up air or something, or an up smash, or yeah, that's it actually, or an up throw. But like, so it's like Fox has really nothing to gain here except for a kill move. Like if he back airs you here, nothing changes. So if he does a back air, he does a nair, he hits you and it doesn't kill you somehow, it's literally like worthless. Like your percent just went up. Now he can no longer up throw up air you. It doesn't feel good for him to hit anything here except for a kill move. But if he doesn't hit his kill move, you can just kill him. And so for Fox, this situation feels like, you know, you're tied together with one hand in a knife fight. But for the Puff, it's really easy to feel like, oh no, here he comes, he's just going to throw at a thing and I'm going to die, like I'm about to lose the game. But in reality, both these characters are about one hit away from death. And the thing is once you're at this percent, like I said, Fox doesn't want to hit you anymore because, like, let's say Puff is at like 110, she's way harder to kill than when she's at like 70.
Okay.
Because he can just up throw up air. So at this percent, he really doesn't want to build percent, and he just pretty much only has kills. And so you can be really patient because the only kill he has here is double jump up air, so he doesn't want that. And then when you come down to the platform, the only kill he still has is full hop up air, and if he whiffs that and you land on the platform, you grab up throw rest him. So he doesn't want that either. So a lot of times you can get a lot of, if you watch Hungrybox sets, you'll see a lot of mileage and patient play last stock in this situation. And you can sort of force a situation where Fox is scared of you and has to kind of commit to a heavy commitment. And then, so the lesson's almost over. It's pretty much over. But let me see if we end up getting this last stock situation in this match. See how similar it is. Okay, so like right here, right? So Hungrybox is being pretty aggressive. Now he realizes he's at kill percent. This is like Fox's kill percent. So look, he's not coming down to the ground at all because he does this little bait like he might. This is him trying to get Mango to up smash here. So the only things that Fox has that kill Puff right here at 62 are up smash and grab up throw. So he only has grounded kills here. And so Hungrybox, all he has to do is not ever come down within range of either of those moves, and it'll force Mango to do a damage building move in a way that Hungrybox can still get a kill. So this is why I hate Puff so much, honestly, as like a Fox, is that like, what are you gonna do? Like, what can you do? Look at him. He's like, haha, and then look at Mango has to go for this full hop, like, please up air, and he almost dies for it. Because Hungrybox is putting himself in a situation where nothing works. Mango goes for this up air, doesn't work. He could have gotten crab, but Hungrybox accidentally spot dodges. Then, look, he's just not coming down. Haha, what are you going to do, Fox? What moves does Fox have that'll actually hurt Hungrybox in this situation? And then, look, he makes a mistake, and if Hungrybox had followed my advice and been aggressive with the edgeguard, Mango would have died here. Like, look, if he just, right here, if he just goes for another double jump fair, Mango dies and loses the game, but he doesn't. And he goes for this, then he gets the rest because he's crazy. But, like that was a crazy up air rest there. That was, like, insane. But, like, he should have just faired out here and just done the simple thing and killed him. But, like, notice how, like, this was a situation that was very similar to yours, where he was at kill percent, and it was very scary, and he just doesn't come to the ground, and Fox only has heavy commitments here, while Puff can use the platforms to pressure these mix-ups.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, yeah, that's about an hour, but I feel like we got through a lot, and I feel like there was, like, a lot of stuff where, like, I would explain it, and then it would come true in game, and I feel like those things sort of help solidify things a lot. So,
yeah.
Do you have any extra questions or thoughts on the lesson or anything like that? No pressure. You don't have to.
Nothing of value right now.
Okay. Yeah, so I hope this helps, and I'll be uploading it later. But hope you have a good day, man.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much.
Yeah.